Hey everyone, Dan with MacRumors, and just about every video that I make, there are always a few comments asking about my wallpaper or what case or screen protector that I have on my phone, the apps that I might be using, etc. And so I figured, why not make a quick video giving you guys the ins and outs of what's on my iPhone XS Max. Starting off with what's literally on my iPhone, I like to switch between two different cases. Before the smart battery case became available for the iPhone XS, XS Max, and XR, I was using the Apple leather case in this green color, but the extra battery life from the smart battery case has been pretty great, so that's what I'm currently using. I can go a full day sometimes without having to dip into my phone's internal battery. I also have a screen protector on my iPhone at pretty much all times, and the hands down best option in my opinion comes from this company on Amazon called iCares. I'm sure there are tons of similar tempered glass screen protectors from other companies out there, but this is one that I use and it offers full edge-to-edge coverage, a quick and easy install which is almost always bubble free, and the best part is you can get 2 tempered glass screen protectors in one pack for under $10. It's a pretty great deal, so I highly recommend them. The first thing you'll also notice when you actually turn my phone on would be the wallpaper of choice, and I looked through a few different apps to find the ones that I want to use. The two apps that I use are Vellum and Unsplash. They both have beautiful UIs, which makes scrolling through the app searching for the perfect wallpaper an enjoyable experience. Of course, they both have a really good collection of wallpapers that I personally like, and so pretty much all of my wallpapers come from either one of these two applications, except for this one, which I actually took myself on an airplane while flying to Las Vegas for CES. I'll leave a link to this wallpaper if you're interested in using it, but the rest of the wallpapers can be found in the apps that I mentioned before, and I'll leave a link for this wallpaper in the description down below, and pretty much anything that I talk about, I'll try to link down there as well. As far as my home screen goes, I've been trying to use a more streamlined approach by only keeping 4 rows of my most used apps on the front page, which basically gives me everything that I use on a daily basis, but it also shows off a bit more of my wallpaper. Now, I'm not going to go through and bore you with every single app that's on my phone because a lot of them are just not that exciting, but as I mentioned before, these are the apps that I open pretty much more than a few times a day, every day, and one app that sticks out the most would be Notion. It's kind of a to-do list or project manager type app, but with far more features and custom options. It's a much better experience on something like an iPad Pro or definitely your MacBook, but right now I have it set for a couple of different sections, basically writing my scripts inside of this app and keeping track of all the videos that I have upcoming or all of the videos that I have done this year with links to those final videos and a nice list so that I can go back and find any of the information that I might need. There are tons of options and features with this app, and it can be very daunting at first, I have to admit, but I recommend doing some more reading on Notion or watch a few experts talk about the app on YouTube if you're interested in what this app can do, because right now, I'm probably not giving it much justice, but believe me, this is a really good app. In some of our more recent videos, people have been calling out the fact that I was still using Newton Mail as my email app, and that's mostly because the app was never really officially removed from the App Store, and the app was functioning just fine. Over the last few weeks, however, performance has become unstable and issues were starting to take shape that just made using the app not worth it anymore, and so I have officially given up on Newton for the time being. In what seems like a never-ending struggle to find the perfect Newton replacement, for now I have settled on Spark for the time being. It does have a lot of features that I did use and I love from Newton, and the app's UI is pretty clean for the most part. I'm still not a fan of the smart inbox feature, but you can toggle it off and you can go with a more classic inbox approach if that's what you're into. You do get the ability to snooze emails, schedule emails for a later date, and there are lots of other app integrations that could make Spark your email app of choice. Now, I'm not 100% there yet, but so far I am really liking my time with it. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video of all the other great email apps out there for iOS, let me know in the comments section down below. This next page is just a hodgepodge of folders that hold all of the other apps that I am too afraid to delete because I might need them here and there, and I'm too lazy to download them again and have to sign in. I try to keep them out of sight and out of mind, however, and I rarely ever go through these folders. If I'm looking for something specific, I tend to go with the old swipe down and search method, because even though these folders are labeled so nicely, it's still impossible to find things whenever I'm looking for them. If we swipe over to the far left page, you'll find a few of my widgets, which include Philips Hue, which are the light bulbs of choice for my house, and then I use LifeX bulbs for my office, so that widget is right underneath the Hue widget. Google Calendar is also my calendar app of choice over the stock calendar app on iOS, and so the widget for that is a good thing to have. And I also use Dark Sky as my weather app of choice over the stock weather app. If you're unfamiliar with Dark Sky, it is a fantastic weather app. I almost never launch the actual app, however, because every morning the app sends me a daily summary of what the weather will be in my area, and every time precipitation is either starting or stopping, I get a notification for that too. So I heavily rely on notifications from this app. This app has a lot of great information and a sleek modern UI, but for me, the notifications are just enough. Also, Apple News is my last widget in the widget area, and it's one of my main news sources alongside following a bunch of news organizations on Twitter, which is probably the app that I spend a majority of my time inside. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, you can do so. I'm at Dan Barbera. And of course, be sure to follow the MacRumors Twitter account for far more interesting and up-to-the-minute information on everything Apple. Let me know what your favorite apps are and how you use your phone on a daily basis, maybe how you have things set up in the comment section down below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.